Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight for life and love for May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I said it. Anyway, this is a general collective reading. Again, May 4th, 2022, also being timeless, or wherever you're catching it time, this might be relevant or not so much, but stick around and enjoy the show. Don't force it to fit your life. You can always let it fall away. If you have questions about booking a session, go to the page provided, find the email address, find my social platforms, which all of them are one word, at Raising Savak. No spaces, no underscores or punctuation, no numbers. And it's RAISINGSEVAK. If you're getting a spam profile who's offering you a reading or asking for sponsorship, I want you to feel free to mess with them and send me the actual screenshots because it's hilarious. And holy crap, spammers. Anyway, what is up? I see that there's a huge chance that's coming up for you. It looks like insecurity's rearing its ugly head, but I think that you know that this time and you're not gonna take this crap. I'm just gonna put it out there. All right, I'm gonna look at this in bunches because that's what I do. All right, let's look at it like this. This is gonna probably be the first batch. Yeah, this is gonna be the first batch. So something is offering itself to you and it seems to have a very small space of how long this door is going to be open. It's time sensitive, we'll call it that. So you're gonna have to give an answer soon, and I know that you want to do this. You want to take the chance, you want to take the opportunity, you want to say yes. And I see that there is a momentary hesitance, and this is coming from insecurity, feeling like you're somehow manipulating this, or maybe it's not even the fact that there would be a better offer. This is feeling like, okay, you know what, maybe I'm not up to the job. Maybe I'm just gonna humiliate myself. Maybe, I don't know, you are talking absolute garbage to yourself. The Lovers is in reverse. You get an opportunity, it's a great opportunity, it's being offered to you because they know that you are the person for this. You gotta see yourself as the person for this. The first thing that you're going to say, well, maybe not so much. Maybe they'll see that I'm a liar. Maybe they'll see that I somehow fudged all this. I spent all this time studying for this and it's not working out. No, that's the stupid aspect of our brain that tries to talk us out of the very things that we want, tries to keep us safe, tries to keep us in this small condensed box. It's not going to work this time. This is exactly what you want and you want to go for it. The thing is, there's this feeling of maybe it's not going to be so great. Maybe this is going to be toxic. Maybe maybe I won't be able to even get away from this. Like, that's a fear. Or yeah, going back to the whole Ace of Pentacles in reverse, maybe it's not going to get what you want out of this. Maybe you won't get what you want out of it, but you won't know until you actually go into this. You're not going to completely screw your life over. This has a major chance to yield a lot of success. It feels financially and materialistically. It feels like this is one of those opportunities that you just don't want to pass up. It feels like an opportunity of a lifetime, and I see the excitement here. So let's see, going into it, we're going to look at these batches over here. Look at this. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Gotta learn how to shut that brain up, huh? It's giving us way too many problems. We don't want to know. It's no good. It's no good. It's not actual self-preservation. It's not a conscience. It's not an intuition. This is your brain going, well, hang on a minute. Maybe you're not so great. That's not you. That's not you at all. This is a badgering voice that wants to knock you down a peg and stop taking daring moves in your life. It's definitely something that's been said to you from somebody in your life. But the whole point of that is, it was whatever was the key voice in your head with that, it was not ready to handle your output on this. It wasn't you who wasn't ready. It was whatever conditioned you to that voice in your head that wasn't ready. That would have been too much for them to weirdly take on as their own responsibility and seeing you fulfill this. Why that was too much, I don't know yet, but right now that's what I'm getting in here. Stop giving yourself so many excuses as to why you can't do something, why you can't take a chance, why you shouldn't take a chance. No, F that noise, go for it. This is absolutely leading to the Sun card, and it's the Fool. I don't think that you're stupid. I don't think that you're being impulsive. I don't think that you're irrational. I see this as you're taking a leap of faith here, and damn it, does it lead to gold. I love that. This is, without question, going to involve a level of discipline. The more discipline that you have in this, the more focus that you have in this, the more gain that you'll get out of here. And I do, again, mean that financially and also materialistically. Focus. And also that sense of power, it feels really good with you. I think that you're going to actually like that kind of power. I think that you're afraid that what this could put, maybe that's part of what the devil's there for. Maybe you're afraid of what that level of grandness would do to you. You think you're going to become one of those backhanded brats, like, too good for anything, or, turning their nose up. That's not you. Who the heck put that voice in your head, huh? What the dealio? We have the tribe. Yes. We have the breathe. We also have Treasure Island. Listen, you've been doing this for long enough, you know you're crap. Not you are crap. You know you're crap in this. So this new life, I feel like this has been marinating for a long time with you. Whether it's the idea or whether it's the actual mastering of the craft, this has been coming for a while. Whoever is offering you the opportunity, this is completely your people. These are good people. So it's not just somebody you're going to have to ditch at some point. This person sees this huge potential with you, and it's going to be able to facilitate the experience or the opportunity. It's providing the door that you will be able to walk through on this, and I don't think that you're taking it for granted. Nobody is just going to keep this open for you, but the treasure in the new life. So what is this going to take? Let's look at that. First, let's see what this is going to take from you. No, what is this other? Why did this other person offer this to you? You're somebody who gets results. Ooh. Ooh, it landed upright. Use my monkey toes to get this. All right, so what do they see in you that you don't see in yourself? Well, they see that you're a person who gets stuff done. You are tenacious, ambitious as all hell, and you have an amazing heart. You see practicality in any challenge. You see a practical solution. You don't give up until there's a solution. You're somebody who makes life easy. And they see you moving on, they see you moving up, they see you blossoming, they think that you're strong, they think that you are able to calm all the noise. You're somebody who can bring them down back to earth while still maintaining this outside of the box mind. You could take this in a whole new direction. That's what they see with you. They actually feel very lucky to have you. We have the number 7 being brought into this number of cards, these 3 cards that I was just looking at right now. 7 is all about you being a teacher. You're there to teach others. You're there for be an example of a lesson, and no, it's not a cautionary tale with you. I know that you would love that. Oh, it's all crap. I think, okay, maybe you obviously wouldn't love that, but it's definitely a story that you're used to, so. All right, that's what they were seeing with you. What do they want you to know? You see things differently. They feel stuck. And also, it looks like the last person that they were dealing with was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, they feel stuck. The last person was a nightmare. You offer something strong, different, and I'm getting a sense of there'll be a sense of predictability here. Sorry. Strength is in reverse. They can't afford another F up. How does that feel? They can't afford another tyrant like F up. And let's see, you're kind of like a Hail Mary to them. That's what their higher self wants you to know. And this is something that's in its early stages. It's all going into the future. This is without question the early stages, and they have all the hope that their intuition about you is correct, that you are the golden point. You are very self-contained. You're driven, you're focused, you're oh, I'm under a tornado warning. That's fun. All right, so with you, they see their ships coming in. You make things so incredibly possible. If this is not based in finances or the material aspects of life, whoever is stepping up into your life looking for some sort of relationship or reconciliation of a relationship. Now, let me reiterate, and as I do with every particular or section of relationship reads, if it's abusive, toxic, or legal, get the F away from it. I do not care what the cards say. I don't care if it says that it's this beautiful utopia. If it's abusive, toxic, illegal, forget the reading, get the F away from it. And I mean that with every fiber of my being. I don't want you getting hurt. So this is going to be a complete new cycle. You are somebody who doesn't let things completely turn you over. Your waves are not going to capsize the ship. You're amazing. And I see that you're coming out of a struggle. They see that you're coming out of a struggle. That in itself is only talking about your perseverant attitude. I love that about you. Everybody sees this, and I see that since you're too close to it, because it's you. You do not see how you can overcome every stinking situation in your life, and how just enlightening it is, how desirable it is, how beautiful this is. This really speaks highly of you. It's really easiest to see why so many people are drawn to you, even the not so favorable type, whoever that would be for you. So look, you don't get the Star card unless you've been through the hellfire. The Star card is all about help, renewal, hope, restoration. And this is you lighting your own way, and you taking what your emotional needs are with you. You are the own fulfillment. You are naked. You are vulnerable. You are speaking your truth. Communication, high priority here. But also know that the happiness is divinely guided, and that there's happiness in the lesson with this one. You being this master teacher, you being this master key player. It's very beautiful. So I'm looking at the colors. I'm looking at the symbology of it. Look at these. Yeah. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 stars, one of which is yellow. The rest are white. That's about protection. It's about hope. Yellow is dealing with discipline. I'll even bring it up on here because that's what I do. Where the hecking heck is my thingamabob? Is it on here? Where did I put it? I don't think I... Well, anyway, it's dealing with the solar plexus chakra, which is all about discipline, and it's all about confidence. You yield so much confidence in so many people. So 7, you being the master teacher. The stars have 8 points on them, so this is about abundance, the infinity, and it feels like opening your channel for more opportunities to come your way based off of this. And that's actually where I'm getting to go with this right now. So since you are such a key player and you are so important, you're such a beautiful person inside and out, what is this leading to with you? Ooh, mastery, absolute mastery, hard work, dedication, mastery, one thing at a time. You're displaying all of your accomplishments. You are somebody who's greatly accomplished. And we have how all of this work has changed you, how you are absolutely a master at the ability to pick up and start again. And also, you're not afraid to ever do that again. You're not going to be held in place by a sense of necessity anymore. And that you are, in just all practicalness, a continual work in progress, continually adding on to yourself, mastering yourself, learning something new. You're a perpetual student, which also makes you a teacher. Isn't that crazy to think? So anyway, even through the confusion, you tend to just push on through. And instead of giving up, which is, I think, what this opportunity that's being gifted to you, I think what it's used to is, the whole giving up. It's seeing how you are something that's unstoppable. And it would never want to stop you. It would never dream about stopping you. In fact, it embraces and it inspires that very drive. You are an inspiration by that drive. Now, I get that you get tired and that you need to rest sometimes. I'm not talking about that. You're not a human doing. But this is just generally you as a whole. They're seeing this as that person is never going to give up. That person is never going to quit. They're never going to stop. They're never going to be a question of that dedication. You're very clear about that. And I think that again, is incredible. And you have made your own, not only reputation, you've made your own payoff. You want without need anymore. The thing is, you don't need this opportunity that's being gifted to you. You don't need the person that's in front of you. This is all a matter of want, which actually, depending on how you look at it, is very intimidating, because speaking of the whole thing of you not being afraid to pick up and start again, this means that whatever is being offered to you has to have the exact drive and integrity as you, which is being emphasized by your inspiration. It's absolutely mirroring. So here we go. The sense of freedom. Everybody is here by choice. Nobody feels like they have to stay here. I think that either you or whoever is offering this to you, there was this big fear of having to do something, taking away all sense of desire from it. And it creates such a feeling of fear, a fear of easily being either replaced or having the wrong intentions. And I see that this was done by the last tyrant of whatever this was. But not you. You are not that person. And I don't want you to think that you are that person who's going to abuse the situation, take advantage of the situation. And nor are you naive and unexperienced enough to actually have somebody put you in that position. You're somebody who's guided by their intuition and their drive. And this is not something that would be able to be pulled over on you. So let's see, what do you need to watch out for? Because it doesn't look like much. Okay. The time to go. It's in reverse. You need to stop procrastinating, because I see that this is time sensitive. Spirit is screaming in your face to get the F on the ball. And don't screw yourself over thinking that this isn't meant for you, because Spirit is tired of you learning the same stupid thing that you've already learned numerous times before. It's time for you to let yourself move on and experience all that life has to offer. And it is it feels like an elevation, and it feels enriched. So I really love this. And if you get out of your own way with this, what the heck is this going to lead to? Well, let's see. What is this? Poised. You're jumping in. You're ready. You're flying free. Look, you're carrying your stars with you. Your stars in your heart. You have a face that's on your chest right here. Look at that. She always puts a face in every one of the designs. This happens to be on your chest. You have your eyes focusing out. And then you are spreading these wings out, and you have this flowiness about you. You are so poetic. You're delicate, and as a paradox. You are free and strong, and I love this. So the poised is jumping out of here. Chop wood is in reverse, so this is saying the chop wood in reverse is don't do anything unnecessarily here. This is not going to be just busy work. This is not for nothing. And let's see. Blessed is in reverse, and then we have go the distance, and then we have the deep knowing. So this is not going to run you short term. This, don't compare your life to others. This is reiterating your success. Do not compare it to others. But this also doesn't feel like it's going to be something that is on the slower end of the spectrum with this. This actually feels like I'm going to get too big too soon on this, or this is going to be too enriched too soon, and you're going to start to panic and freak out over that. This is saying, listen, the fear in the gift is going to take away from the specialty of it, but not the actual meaning of it. So get ready for things to escalate really fast and actually have this be the way. And it's not going to just be ripped out from under your feet. You're not going to collapse under the weight of this. But, all right, so how can you ease your fears with that? Talk to somebody, talk about your fears, because you bottling them up is not going to do you any good. You might want to shut down. You might want to keep it to yourself because you feel like it's ridiculous. Knock it off. You need to talk to somebody who you admire and trust in. I don't care who it is, but you need to talk to somebody who you admire and have trust, and let them know what your fears are so that they can actually talk to you, lessen the fears, and have you listen. Because if anybody else did, you would just take it as lip service. Knock it off. So that's just where I'm seeing this end with this. This has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for May 4th, 2022. And again, being timeless. Your world is not going to come to an end. I need you to know that. This is not going to be over anytime soon for you. This is a gift and you're being guided into it. So if you're catching this at any point, this might be the lesson for you. If you have questions about your own private reading or private session, seeing what services I provide, because your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense, go ahead and find the email address that's provided in there. It's raisingsavick2019@gmail.com. It's one word, and there's no punctuations or spaces, and the only numbers in there are 2019. Yeah. And the social platforms at Raising Savick. Again, no spaces, numbers, or punctuations. Just go get it. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, know that you're greatly loved and appreciated, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. It feels like lashing out. It feels completely overstimulated, overworked, feeling like everything is on your shoulders. This is absolutely ungodly stress that you seem to be carrying. You're juggling way too much. You have a happy face while you're doing it. Either that or you just completely close off and nobody quite knows what's going on with you. You just seem angry, or this might be somebody that you're dealing with. But you think that burning yourself out is going to cause for some sort of payoff. It's not supposed to be this way. You're not just supposed to hit the grind on this. You're not supposed to be a human doing. You can absolutely be busy. You're trying to do way too much. You're putting way too much pressure on yourself. And I know that you feel lonely in doing this because nobody seems to understand. But listen, you're going to break. You are going to completely knock yourself on your butt. And why do you feel like you have to prove something to anybody? You don't. Do you have to prove this to yourself? No, you don't even have to prove this to yourself. So why is this happening? It feels like completely overwhelming, and it's always this one thing after another that's unfair. All right, well, you want to know what? It looks like you're doing all this because the idea behind it is I'm finishing up all this because I need a restart. You think it's going to be better when all of this is said and done. Listen, it's never going to be done if you continue to go this way. It's best if you actually just cut a lot of these craps that are not your legal responsibilities. It might be beneficial for you to cut some of these things loose. So I really want you to take a hard look at it, and maybe even ask for help in looking at this, and free up some of the room that's on your plate. All right, you're not some sort of a wimp, you're not lazy, you're not any of these things. You are putting way too many demands on yourself. You are dealing with way too many demands, and you need to get your passion back. You need to get happy again. You need to restart and be easier on yourself. So this is, once you start to actually heal from this, I see you starting to really work on being happy again. I know that sounds silly. I mean, I know that you love life, you want to live, but right now you have the Three of Swords. Stress is an understatement. Anxiety is an understatement. And after you kind of cut some of this off, this is showing up again. You're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel like you're laying something down. This might be a two-parter. You have the willpower to get through this. You're dealing with a lot of mental stress right now that's going to involve you needing outside help and care, and I want you to go get that ASAP. So I might feed this in as a two-parter, but the last reading I said, I want you to go get help ASAP. And I feel like I need to get a continuation of that. I do feel like you need help. I do feel like this is a time to have somebody step in who has a little bit more of a clear head and kinder voice. I don't think that you're being kind to yourself at all. So, and you actually getting and receiving help, and stop abusing your system, whether it's mentally, psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, physically. What's going to happen? This is exactly what you need. You do need this outside help, and I want you to be unashamed in asking for help. There's so many places that you can contact. There's so many people who you can talk to about this. Obviously, I want you to go with somebody that you trust. If you don't trust anybody, then there's all these hotlines, and they only want what's best for you. I do want you to reach out when you know that you do need the help, though. This is actually going to cut you loose. There is a major sense of freedom that is coming in with this. Thank the Lord. I see that you're going to need recovery with this. You're afraid of putting yourself out there again. You are going to be closing off. So it looks like some sort of rehabilitation is going to be necessary after, whether it's in an actual clinical place or laying down at home. I don't know. Your individual storyline, again, is individual for you. But recovery is on the table. I don't see you being opened up to anything for a bit, and I know that there's a lot of options for you out there. But when you come back, I see that this is a really big empowerment for you. I don't see you going down any path. I don't see you continuing down the path that you were once working yourself to the bone over. Actually, I see you letting a lot of those situations and the people who are involved, I see you letting them kind of go, maybe fall away. I'm not telling you to ghost anybody, but it does look like you're going to become even more detached from it. So then we have this. It's going to be one step after another, and you need to avoid a karmic lesson, and you need to know how to say no to people. That's the most important thing. You need to learn how to say no. I know that's uncomfortable because it always seems to be these little things that just tend to add up. No, this is what's completely burnt you out. And then this is what's going to lead you to victory. Absolutely, without question. Saying no and learning how to heal from that guilt of saying no is going to lead you to your victory. It's going to get you cutting through all the BS, because the reaction to the no is going to indicate who and what you keep around. It's very healing, and I do see that you will come out of this rough patch, but you need some sense of comfort and support. So I hope that that made sense. It seems like a quiet world is just what you need. I do see that there's this fun, playful energy that is you that people are really drawn to, and I see that you do have a lot of pursuers in your life. But I also see there's been a lot of damage about these, and I see that there is a sense of one-sidedness in here. So honestly, what I'm getting from this reading is people love the idea of you. They don't know how to acclimate to the actuality. I don't think that you're a jerk or anything, but the ideas that they have about you and what is really you is kind of, well, first off, it's their own fault, huge assumptions on their part, but this is really hurting you too. And it also feels like you are not your own person. You have so much love to give, you have so much to offer. So if somebody has been a theme of a person that's been coming to you, you need to learn how to shut that down and have somebody actually take the time to getting to know you, only if that's something that you want. You need to be able to say no, because not everybody deserves to get into a relationship with you. You don't have to jump through hoops for somebody else and what their wants and needs are, because you're not interested and you have a major sense of guilt in letting somebody down. This isn't a public service. You don't need to do this. And honestly, I see that you are really working on numerous relationships in your life as well. And I see that it's fulfilling. It feels like it's perfection. You're working on the perfection of the relationships that you want in your life. They're blossoming, they're growing. And honestly, I feel like it's this constant state of getting to know each other. These relationships for you have the most growth. People who are looking for solutions rather than seeing every stupid thing as a problem. You're kind of a rock star. I love this about you. I can see why so many people, fall in love, because they have like this idea that they can be anything around you. But the thing is, you're not the person who's forcing them to do all this. They have to do that for themselves. But you ignite this passion in them. That's not any fault of your own. You're just an amazing person. But you cannot kind of inch them along every step of the way. That's not your job. That's not your lot in life. You and your amazement are meant to plug into people who actually take the time and energy to get to know you, and also the things that are of your interest. So you're very well loved, and also they have to get to know and love the real you, not just the idea. And the ones who stick around are obviously going to make that effort, and they're going to take their time, and it's not going to be rushed, which I see so many people trying to rush into you. God, this reading was all over the place, but you get my drift. Okay, so life works in mirrors even at its imbalances, and how you show up, whether it's balanced, grounded, or completely scattered, that's what life is going to reflect back to you. So it seems like there's a lot of endings that's starting to come about in your life, and it's because your pendulum is starting to go towards that direction of closure. You're not ready to begin the next phase of your life, but where you are right now, it feels like it's completely unknown. It's the inexperience. It's kind of wondering if this is all that there is, or if this is all that there's going to be. And the answer is simply no, it's not. This is not all that there is, but this is also not all the closure that there is. This is not all the endings. This is not the end of where the pendulum swings. It's going to continue to go, and you're going to continue to see things come to an end in your life, and that's necessary. It's actually creating a suction-like void, and you get to call in what's going into that void to start to fill it up. What do you want to experience? How are you going to create something out of that void? What does that even look like for you? So it's something that happens fairly quickly and on inspiration. And you also, in that void of creation, need to be very clear with what it is that you are bringing to light. And I see that this is something that is going to be incredibly lighthearted. It's going to be playful. It's going to have a quick life move through it before it starts to spring into action. And it feels like this new start, you have to unlock this, and nobody else can unlock this new sense of life for you. But also, nothing is going to happen until that void starts to fill up. It needs to have some sort of a substance, get to the bottom and start to build on something. This is a new well that is actually seemingly taking place. But it seems like your life in this chapter is not over yet. So if you've come across this, it's telling you to have a level of detachment, because it looks like you're trying to gauge or understand this based off of past experiences, and that's not going to work. So have an element of detachment in here. and stop trying to grasp at straws because they're going to slip right through your fingers. It really pays to see this as an adventure. So you can be curious about what's going to happen next, but not think that the world's going to come down on you. This is not a punishment about you, for you, towards you. Yeah, see it as an adventure. This is the art of receiving a second chance, and it also looks like you're on track, even if it doesn't look like it right now. You are progressing, you are evolving, but the thing is, you need to take your mask off. It feels like what you're seeking for is completely eluding you because you have this way that you feel that you're supposed to look, present yourself, and that's not the case at all. There is a lot of closure that needs to happen in your life right now, and this is something that you need to get on. You need to not be afraid of what this is going to do. Your treasure is further down the road. You need to let go of expectations. Yes, it is going to be messy, but man, is this going to be an adventure. So how are you sabotaging yourself right now? Why are you procrastinating? And this, it doesn't even look like it's, that blatant of a thing. It could be as simple as, just completely losing hours on some sort of task that's meaningless at the time. It's just creating a sense of distraction, disassociation, fill it in with your favorite word. But what I'm seeing here is it's time for you to step up, stop procrastinating, even if it's something that you don't want to do, that you know that you need to do and that you know that you would normally do, but you just for some reason don't want to do it right now. This is procrastination screaming in your face, and it's also based in a fear of getting out of your comfort zone and seeing what this new step has to offer. So the chaos and conflict, that's you. And this is, I think, the persistence in letting go of how you expect things to turn out, how you expect yourself to be. Taking all those conditionings off yourself are going to lead to the real gem. So why do I feel like I saw treasure? No, that was in the previous one. So the regeneration, this is an entirely second start at life. You're not going to see something if your eyes are glued to something else. Look around you, see where the action is taking place, and take off your mask. Stop forcing yourself to look or behave a certain way that is acceptable but is inauthentic to you. Your authenticity needs to shine through. So it's also taking responsibility for how wearing that mask in your life has set the conditions for how it is now. When you accept that responsibility and what it means to move forward with that sense of responsibility and duty to yourself, this is going to give you a major sense of control and a major sense of authority and pretty much a can-do attitude and a demand of manifestation. It feels empowering for you, but we have to stop the procrastination getting in our own way because you deserve the best. So it looks like there's trouble in paradise, or there has been trouble in paradise, and this is needing to cause a sense of comfort with you, that you are the gift, you are the choice. This isn't something that I think you're used to. I think that you're kind of used to being an option and being somebody's not first option in here. So it's like you're preparing yourself to give up, but part of you is in a panic and not wanting to give this up, but you're telling yourself a storyline that is not current. It's making you feel completely ungrounded. It's making you feel terrible about yourself, and it's making you go through a hell that you don't need to go through. So what I'm seeing here is you don't need to try so hard, especially in this relationship. Now, if this relationship is in any way abusive, toxic, or illegal, obviously I'm not going to, nudge you to stay in that direction. I want you to be happy and I want you to be safe. This relationship, the trigger that's coming up is from a toxic place that I think has been consistent in the past. And this might be something that's rearing its ugly head in this relationship for you both, or however many people are in this, to dissolve. So what I'm seeing in here is that is the element of toxicity that you guys are looking to clear right now. This is going to involve communication. But I see that the communication is reserved right now because nobody wants to say anything that they will regret or hurt the other person. And honestly, I think they're partly aware of their triggers and their traumas, and they don't want to project that onto them. So it's coming to a level of understanding in themselves and trying to have a level of understanding in the other person's selves before actually bringing up the conversation. But the conversation will happen. And yes, I do feel like this is paradise. Yes, I do feel like there's a lot of trigger points that are coming up, but you guys are strong enough to stand through that. You guys are not going to run from each other just based off of these upsets. You have to realize that you are the choice. You are what this relationship, you guys wake up and choose each other every single day. It's not like you're just an option. That's not it. There's not a lot of people on the roster with this particular connection. It's you guys have to wake up and choose this every single day. And I do see that, but I also see there's a strain in the connection right now, which is coming up to be healed. So it's telling you just simply not to give up on yourself or in each other. And again, if it's abusive, toxic, or illegal, get away from it. But if this is not that, then you guys are going to make it through. I just don't want anybody getting hurt. That's why I say the abuse, toxic, or illegal, get away from it. So I know that you're stressed out right now, but it does have the end point to the stress. Communication will happen. It's just slow right now.